enjoying our last few weeks in the UK before we move back to Europe.
So come and join us as we see how Christian faith and how van life work together on a wing and a prayer.
It's early Sunday morning and I'm taking my sister and her family to the railway station. Now, everybody loves living the dream, but this is the actual reality of that. Ruth's got the dreadlocks round her head to stop the flies coming in. The drains are full and the kids are absolutely gagging with the smell of the drains. Oh, I'm squirting! Living the dream. Have a good holiday, family. Thank you.
So good morning, and guess where we are? Hey,
Cheshire, UK.
Cheshire. Yes, we've had a few problems this week, and it's one of the reasons why this vlog's going to be very short. We've been really busy. So after sorting the van out, as you saw last time that we were out, we managed to get the van sorted out. We had a few things to do during the week. One of them was for my good lady to meet Elvis Presley. I will put a little picture of that on. And then after we'd sorted that out, we
had Christmas dinner and a beautiful goodbye party for family.
Saying goodbye to everybody, that was a bit hard, but those that could make it turned up, and we had the whole lot. We had crackers, we had lights, we even had pigs in blankets, and Christmas cake. Was it Christmas cake?
One thing that you can't do in a van is sit 12 people round a table. So we're just waiting on 3 more to come, but we've started eating. So Merry Christmas, everybody!
Christmas.
It's not Christmas. We're having a pretend Christmas, aren't we, Toby?
Fantastic time had by all. Bit sad saying goodbye to everybody. We set our minds on everything going. So the next day, because we wanted the 12 months MOT on the vehicle, we took it in for a second MOT, and
It failed miserably.
Yeah.
So on the day it went in, we was also at a funeral, and that meant then that we were stuck at the funeral in our funeral clothes with nothing. So we'd no transport, we'd no home, we'd no clothes. And so we managed to find a bed for the night. That was at my sister's, which was really lovely. And then the next day we went down to the bus to start collecting a bag of clothes, items that we desperately needed for the dog, and pick up what we could fit into a bag.
So here we are, picking up our belongings and things that I've been told 2 weeks. I know.
I'm actually feeling really emotional that I've got to leave it. This is the longest we've ever left the van in 2 years.
Yeah. Well, they said 2 weeks, but they said 2 weeks at the furthest that they can possibly see. But obviously, if it's going to be off for a while, we've got to clean the fridge, which is what we have done, and picked all our stuff up. We're then collecting enough clothes for 2 weeks. The things that you have to think about when you imagine that something's happened. You can imagine like these Palestinians or the Israelis that are being asked to move, and they've got to get everything that they possibly need out of their houses to move to safe zones.
You're right. That puts it into perspective.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
Well, but still trying to get your head around what you need, and you know that you're going to leave something behind that you think to yourself, why on earth didn't I bring that? But anyway, I don't tend to wear too many clothes for 2 weeks anyway, so my packing's going to be quite light. we're sorted. And we're going to turn the gas and the electric and everything else off. That'll be a bit of a saving. Rock and roll.
So, 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? It's all mixing together now.
Yeah, it's about 3 days ago. It was on
Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, it's Sunday.
Yep.
So this is definitely live because we're doing this on Sunday morning as you get it. Unfortunately, Friday we got a phone call that somebody had hacked our bank account and tried to close the bank account and take everything out of it. Now, this was all stopped by a feeling from a cashier. The cashier just thought something didn't seem right, and so she asked the chap to bring in further identification. He'd managed to get onto our electronic banking app and prove his verification, but she said, no, I'd like some photo ID if you don't mind, why the account's being closed. And she then very swiftly upgraded it to the fraud squad, and so we were extremely did well, because
thankful that at least all that was being looked after.
the trip to the bus and back takes over an hour, so it is a bit of a big deal, and sorting the bank account took all morning, because every time we gave them a bit of information,
it was nearly 3 hours to be honest.
they then verified it. So as we sit here now, it's Sunday morning. We're sending this out. We have no transport. Have no home.
No hope.
And we have no access to our money.
So we're back where we were when we was on Victoria Park, if you ever watched that. It was before the house sold, so we had no money. Delilah had to go in for the vets. We were stuck on Victoria Park with no home and nowhere to go.
So just thank goodness we put our trust in higher things than material stuff. So please pray for us. We are desperate to leave the UK.
Yeah, God's continuing to supply, and we're also thankful that He's using Ruth for that. So, I mean, the place where we're staying is wonderful. It's not a hardship. And Ruth just can't, that's Caroline's sister, just can't do enough for us. But for anyone who's wondering why the van failed, because I know there's some out there who think, well, what's up with it? It was that the brakes need sorting out. So what we did was, as well as putting it in for an MOT, we also put it in for a service. And because they looked at the van a little bit deeper than they would have done, I think, when they were doing an MOT, they found that the brake pad, the pads need replacing, and also the diesel pump, the pipe coming from the diesel pump, the fuel pipe, is corroded, so it needs a new one of those. But they also found a little bit of welding that needs doing on the jacking point. So the reason why it's taking so long is that they're so busy at the moment that they're trying to find time in order to bring the van in to actually weld the parts up.
Yeah.
So they said if we leave the van there, every time that they've got a bit of spare time, or there's a cancellation or whatever, then they can dash in and get it done as soon as possible. So they haven't said that it's going to be 2 weeks. They said it's going to be up to 2 weeks. So the problem that we've got is that you've got to be ready to go, and at the same time, we've also got to be able to lay back and wait and see what happens.
Yeah. And the other thing is, obviously, Delilah's in all of this mix. So we have to get her tablet to leave England for her passport no earlier than 24 hours. So as soon as we know the van's ready, we need to rebook the vet's appointment, book the ferry, get me mum organised and packed.
Well, it can take her a few weeks just to get ready, can't it?
And then in the bus and we are off.
Yeah. But then again, though, saying that about Caroline's mum, we're really, really thankful. She's given us the car a couple of times to be able to do all the running around. Because where we are up in this countryside, we're miles away from anywhere, not even on a bus route or whatever. So having the availability, being able to use the car, but that feels really weird because after driving a big van, it feels like you're just driving around in a little bumper car.
I like it, it's very fast.
Oh, you like it. So this week we've been really, really busy. I do apologise that we haven't made any vlogs because it's not just the van. We've also had a leaving do with Mackenzie. So we did an escape room. Adam and Siobhan also came along, and we did an escape room and some bowling.
And nice food out, so we had a really, really happy night. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
It seems like everything's flying south except us.